Nowadays, everybody is talking about meditation, whether it's on Instagram or YouTube or your friends are just talking about it. But if you're anything like me, that sounds very overwhelming. Sitting, not thinking about anything, how are you supposed to do that? Well, I'm hoping my experience helps you so you feel like you can start with meditation tomorrow and it doesn't feel intimidating whatsoever. I'm Juli Bauer Roth, the food, fitness, and lifestyle blogger behind PaleOMG. Welcome to my channel. I'm here to share my favorite food, fitness, and wellness tips to help you hopefully live your best damn life. Today we're going to be talking about meditation. Now, don't want to act like I know the slightest bit about meditation. There are so many different types of meditation out there, and there's so many different ways that you can do it. And so, of course, there's so many helpful apps that walk you through meditation, but I wanted to share how I did it on my own without any apps, simply by sitting and being still and concentrating on my breathing. And I want to share what I got out of that. Because if you've never meditated, you don't know what you're missing. And are you missing anything? You're just sitting doing nothing. How are you missing something? Well, I feel like meditation really keeps you grounded. It keeps you understanding that your thoughts are simply thoughts, and those things can be left behind just as much as they can be absorbed into you. And it's a really great thing to do when we are bombarded with messages all day long. We're constantly glued to our phones. I mean, I have it here right on my knee. We are always thinking about our phones, our computers, our lives, our busyness, everything. But we're not always thinking about ourselves and grounding ourselves with the earth and understanding that we are so much more than just these bodies that we are in. And that's what I love about meditation. It gave me so much more than simply being still, but it made me feel like there were endless possibilities outside of here. So today I wanted to share some of the simple ways that I started meditating and how it really empowered me on a daily basis. Let's get into it. I started meditating not that long ago, back in 2021. I simply wanted to start one day. I can't tell you what it was, but I had an Akashic Records reading. And in that reading, she told me about Mary Magdalene and Archangel Michael. And I'm a person who was not raised with religion or spirituality whatsoever, so these names were very new to me. But she said, whenever you're meditating, whenever you're praying, pray to these people. And it just got me thinking, maybe I should try this meditation thing. I mean, why not? What do I have to lose? My friend Jess meditates every single morning and she swears by it, and she has grown so much as a person. I'm like, well, I want to keep growing. Why not try it? So I started a really low goal for myself. I said, I'm going to set a timer for 5 minutes. That's it. I'm going to sit there, be still, be calm, be centered, and see how it feels. And 5 minutes was super easy. And I kept going a little bit longer, and I think I went to 7 minutes, and I was like, okay, start slow. I don't need to set crazy goals for myself. And every day I would do this. I would wake up first thing in the morning, and I would set a timer. Okay, I did 7 minutes yesterday. Now I'm going to do 8 minutes or 9 minutes. And something I really loved using was something that the Akashic Records reader told me about, which were healing frequencies, solfeggio frequencies. I never heard that word before, but I wanted to know what it was all about. And I never even really knew what frequencies were. So I went to Kev Thompson by her recommendation on Spotify, and I started listening to different solfeggio frequencies. And every different frequency, song, whatever it might be, they were all different ranges. So there would be one that was 5 minutes, maybe 9, maybe 15. And so then I would just say, okay, I'm just going to do an entire song length. And maybe that's going to be 9 minutes, maybe that's going to be 15, whatever it looks like, I'm going to stick with it. So I would turn that frequency on, and there's all kinds of frequencies. There's healing frequencies, there's pain reduction, intuition, conscious expansion. I mean, that's the one I'm looking for. I'm always trying to expand and learn more because I know very tiny little bit. So I always want to learn more. Once I started listening to these frequencies, I would put my headphones in, so that was all that was filling my ears. Then I would concentrate on breathing. And this is what really helped me escape from my own brain. Because, we start thinking about everything while we're just sitting there. We start thinking about cleaning, we start cooking, or thinking about what we want to cook that night, or the fight we had with our spouse the night before, or whatever. Our minds go so many different directions. So what really helped me and pulled me back into my center was concentrating on my breathing. So I would take a long 5-second breath in, nice and slow. I would hold that breath for 5 seconds, and then I would breathe that 5-second long breath out. And you can do that different timing, maybe 8 seconds, maybe 10 seconds feels better to you. But I would breathe it in through my nose and then release it through my mouth. And that felt just like a really good way of breathing in new life and letting go of any negativity that I had in my body. That's what I would think of it as. Breathing in new life, new energy, and letting go of the old energy. And if I began to get distracted, I would say that in my head. As I would count the 5 seconds, breathe in new energy, hold it in for 5 seconds, and I would count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I would let it go. And that slow breath out, I would think, let go of the negative energy. And I would just do this over and over and over. And if I found myself getting distracted, I would come back to the breath every single time. And then I don't always do the breath work. Sometimes I just sit there and just think those things in my head, breathe in new life, new energy, let go of the negative energy, let go of the energy that's not serving you a purpose. And I would say those things over and over. Before I knew it, that first 5 minutes then turned to 8 minutes. Then it turned to 15 minutes. Then I went to 20. And sometimes I was even doing 30 minutes at a time, which was a good little time suck in the morning because I like journaling afterwards as well, but it really set me up for success. And so I would just set an alarm even earlier than I needed to, just to make sure I could get all those things in before I started my day, because it just felt great. And then the more I did it, the more I really found that that 15-minute mark was a huge mark for me. I found that I felt different. I saw different colors. I felt lightweight. My mind was able to really stay in that zone more than it was that 15 minutes prior. So getting to that 15-minute mark was a huge number for me because it felt like I was in this meditation zone. It felt like it took me that entire time to get there. And then after a while, I started a new routine that I just really enjoyed. So I would light a candle because I'd either be meditating early in the morning or late at night when the room is completely dark. And then I would grab a crystal. And a friend gifted me a crystal, and then I found a crystal I liked, and then a friend gifted me a couple other crystals, and I had this back and forth where I'd find crystals I loved and some that were given to me, and I would hold on to different crystals depending on how I was feeling. So this crystal, it's a little round guy. I love it because it's just comfortable in your hand, but it's really made for intuition and meditation. And so I would hold on to that and just hold that in my hand because it felt like it hopefully gave me some sort of energy, some sort of power. And there's so much cool stuff behind crystals that I couldn't even start to tell you all the different things, but every crystal has a little different meaning behind it. Even when you look online, they'll all say a little bit different things. But I love rose quartz because it's super healing. It's really comforting. So when my French bulldog passed away a few months ago, I would hold on to rose quartz, and I was really given some really pretty rose quartz from different friends. But I just like holding on to crystal because then I can concentrate that energy there as well. So if I'm getting distracted, I can just start thinking about that crystal and how it feels in my hand and hopefully the energy that it's giving me. I can't act like I understand crystals, but I like to think that these people who have talked about crystals for years and years and years know what they're talking about. And I like to trust people sometimes. Then after I meditate for however long, maybe it's just 5 minutes, maybe it's 30 minutes, depending on the day, it all ranges. I like to pick a card. And so I have my affirmation cards, my PaleOMG affirmation cards that I created. There's 50 cards and they're all just very fun, happy, positive cards. And sometimes tarot cards can be a little iffy. And so I like just setting myself up for success with one of those cards. I know it's going to be a pull that just connects with me in some way. And then I also have these unicorn affirmation cards that are the really funny. I think they're just super cute. So I pull one of those as well. And then my girlfriend gave me some moon tarot cards. And so I'll pull a couple of those. If one really connects with me in that moment, I take it. If it doesn't, I don't. And that's why I create my own little thing with tarot cards. Some people swear by them. I like to take the good and leave the bad because, that's not what I'm here for. So I've created this little routine, and then I finish off with journaling. And I'm not going to act like I do this every day. I did it every day for months and absolutely loved it, and I can't recommend it enough. But then life got a little messy. I was in the first trimester of pregnancy. I was really uncomfortable. I was sick. We had a dog who was paralyzed, and then we lost him. And so I was going through these times where it felt like I didn't have time to come back to my meditation. And I wish I would have, but it felt too overwhelming. I didn't want to sit in silence. I wanted to cry. I wanted to talk through things. I wanted to journal about it. And so I did that instead. And now that I feel more like myself, I'm coming back to that meditation. And everybody will tell you to make sure you're sticking with your meditation, even in those struggling times. And to me, it's like, do it when you can, because no matter what, you're going to get something from it. And the biggest thing that I've gotten from it, that I've really been shown by my friend Jess, is that I'm able to let go of thoughts. There's thoughts. We think thoughts have so much power over who we are, and they really don't. And I love that about meditation, is you can understand that a thought can come into your head and it doesn't mean anything. You can let go of it. And that's the beautiful thing about meditation, is it can make you feel centered, it can make you feel grounded, it can make you understand yourself on a deeper level, or it can just be a time that you sit in silence. It can just be as simple as that. And silence is so beautiful. Being still is so beautiful. And none of us really have that anymore. I shouldn't say none of us. Plenty of people do that and make it a ritual. But so many of us, like me, are on your phone. We're watching TV. I'm obsessed with The Last Kingdom. We're watching that for the second time. And so sometimes it just feels better to zone out. But when you can really zone in and be one with yourself, you can expand yourself on so many different levels that you didn't really expect in the first place. If you're thinking about meditating and don't know where to start, don't worry. Don't feel intimidated. Just start nice and simple. Put on a meditation app if that helps you. I know it helps my husband. He does it all the time. I like to listen to those solfeggio frequencies on Spotify by Kev Thompson, and I just listen to 7 minutes. And I just keep it that simple, and I just practice my breathing. We don't think about our breathing enough, and so you can breathe through your nose only, you can breathe through your mouth only, whatever feels good to you. Make it a feel-good session so you leave feeling refreshed. And something I like to finish with these days, after I pull my cards, I do my journaling, I like to thank my spirit guides. And I am very much a person who is very open to who knows what is around us. But I like to thank Mary Magdalene and Archangel Michael and any of my spirit guides that are around me. I like to thank them. I talk to my dog often now. So I just speak those words into the universe and thank the universe, what it has given me and helping me through something and teaching me a lesson. I just thank the universe for all those things. And that universe could be God. That universe could be spirit guides. That universe could be who knows what, but I'm thanking it. And it really closes off that meditation session on a feel-good moment, which is what I love. Now, this is just how I like to meditate. You don't have to do this in any capacity. I just want you to know that it doesn't have to be intimidating. But if you have a way that you like to meditate, please tell me. I'd love to hear it. If you like to listen to an app, if you like to listen to songs, if you like to just be silent in a room, do you meditate for a short amount of time, long amount of time? I want to hear from you. So share it in the comment section below. And if you found this helpful, please give it a little like and subscribe so you can see even more videos in the future. And I have a few more coming up, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for joining me.